What is up, YouTube? Calvin from I-95 Muscle coming at you again, this time with a 1966 Bel Air Wagon. Man, this thing is super sweet. We're gonna get into the details and the history on this thing, but first let's pop this hood and check out under there. Give me one moment. Ta-da! Hood's open. So we have a factory 283. This gem has only 3,000 miles on the rebuild. The carburetor's been rebuilt, and it just runs and drives great. Does have power steering, manual brakes. And little history on this car. The owner of this car has owned this car for 34 years. Drove it across country numerous times. As a matter of fact, he drove it more on the freeway across country than any other time, so he actually ended up putting a cruise control in it. So that's pretty cool. I think that's the only thing that's really been added to the car that's not stock. So to recap, 283, this one is an automatic, so it's a power glide transmission, 2-speed, and has cruise control. Engine rebuilt 3,000 miles ago, carburetor rebuilt 3,000 miles ago, and now this paint. Let's talk about this paint. The paint is actually really, really nice. It's not perfect, a couple flaws, very, very tiny flaws. Like I mean, you'd be pretty hard pressed to point out all the little flaws, but 18-year-old paint. This is 18-year-old paint, so it's in really good shape. The back window is a manual window, rolls up and down, nice and easy. This is your back cargo space. Pop this guy open, reach under here. We got some storage under here, a full car cover and stuff. Oh, I guess it helps if you close the door or close it all the way. There we go, we are closed. Now we just grab this guy, hand crank this up. There you go. Nice sealed up back window. Little mark on the window there. But man, this thing is super clean. And it just runs really good. So the owner does have a book full of all the receipts and stuff he's collected over the years. So headliner's in really good shape, front to back. Sure, it's not very easy to find that nowadays. Doors sound really solid. So aside from some like dark spots on the floor, like really there's nothing to complain about on this thing. Give me 1 second. All right. This car does come with the really sweet window cranks for the wing windows, which is really cool. If you've ever had to fight those wing windows to get them open and closed, you understand why that's a big deal. The radio works great. Damn, we're jamming out to some hip-hop up in here. So rather than cut up the factory dash and do all that stuff, the owner opted to add a stereo underneath the dash, which is the tasteful thing to do, I think. So the factory radio is still there. You could always do a retro sound or something if you wanted to. Horn works, you just heard me honk it, but and then the heater and stuff I think does work, but it is not, it's a non-AC car. So let's check these wipers out. Wipers be wiping. They look like new rubber on those wipers too, so they're probably brand new. I think all the lights work. Again, cruise control is like the only thing that's been added that's aftermarket, other than the radio. Let's take this thing for a little cruise. Let me go ahead and turn this off so you can hear me. pretty quiet in here. I don't hear a bunch of crazy suspension noises or nothing like that. Although the last time I said that, I was in that Cadillac Brougham, the Fleetwood, and I thought it sounded quiet enough to be an ASMR video, and I went back and listened to it, and you can probably barely hear me whisper. So phones pick up a whole lot of sounds that you don't typically hear. But cruising this thing around, it drives really good. Fuel gauge works. Speedometer's working. Yep, it moves plenty and it stops really good. So a lot of people may be concerned with the way this thing runs and stops, but it does in fact stop very good. So I think I'm gonna pull it forward just a little bit, and then we'll do a little walk around one more time, let you check it out. I think I pretty much got everything on here. It's a cool looking car, that's for sure. Well, that's going to pretty much wrap up this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you're after a wagon, this is the one to get.